Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about what to do when your ex blocks you on social media platforms like Instagram. So basically what you need to understand about when someone blocks you, especially if it's an ex, um, obviously it kind of depends a little bit on how, things have been going since the breakup happened. Because if you've been messaging them a lot, if you've been contacting them, then that might be the reason why they blocked you. However, if they've just sort of randomly blocked you out of the blue and you haven't been speaking to them, and let's say you've been in no contact with them for a good few weeks or perhaps a few months, you haven't said anything to them, then obviously one of the reasons why they might have done that is because perhaps they're dating someone new, or it could be because they just don't want to see you on their feed. It could be that they don't want to see notifications from you. So there are a lot of reasons as to why they may have blocked you, and of course, it all kind of depends on the context of the situation. So, when your ex blocks you on something like Instagram, the best thing for you to do is to actually do nothing. Because if you try and rectify it, like if you try and reach out to them on a different platform, or you, I don't know, ask their friends about why this may have happened and you try and find out, what's going on, especially if you're hopeful and you kind of want to get them back. It's not a good idea to do that kind of thing because that might push them away even further. Because, first of all, if someone's blocked you, it kind of doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter who it is, right? If it's an ex or if it's, whoever, right? A friend, or it could be a crush, it doesn't really matter, because if you keep on like trying to figure out why they did it and you're asking them specifically on different platforms, or you're asking their friends, you're going to come across like you can't let it go. It's also going to show that you're kind of obsessed maybe with their social media, because you've noticed, you're acutely aware basically of what they've done. You're aware that they've blocked you, and basically if you kind of have this, if you basically you'll act like you didn't notice, because if you noticed, then and then you try and do something about it, like say to a friend, or reach out to your ex specifically, then you're just going to come across as if you're a bit desperate. Personally, that's what I think anyway. I think the best thing for you to do, if you are hoping to get them back, or if you're hoping to rectify the situation, is just to leave it. Like, they don't, also, that yeah, they don't owe you an explanation as to why they've blocked you. No one ever owes you an explanation, really, when it comes to that sort of thing. People can do what they want with their social media platforms. You can mute anyone you want, you can block anyone you want, because the reason why they blocked you is they might have just done it for their peace of mind. Like, perhaps they just get upset when they see you posting, or they don't like you liking their stuff because it reminds you of them, and they'd rather just not have any reminders whatsoever and therefore get rid of you. That's just some reasons why I've blocked people in the past. It's just like, I just don't want any more association with this person. I don't really like the memories I shared with this person. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get rid of you because I'm not interested in having those memories being brought up, or whatever it may be, right? So you kind of have to just let it be. You just got to let it go. If they've blocked you, then yeah, that sucks, especially if you want them back. But if you try and do something about it, there's a huge chance you're just going to make the situation 100 times worse, and they may block you on every platform if they haven't blocked you on everything. Or it could be the case that if you're trying to get them back and you want them back, you're just going to put them off of you more. So never, ever, ever try to reach out to them on a different platform, or go through their friends to try and figure out what's going on. And when I say go through their friends, I don't mean going through their friends' pages. I mean actually contacting them, actually contacting your ex's friends or your mutual friends and asking about it. Because even though you may feel like you're being really subtle about it, if there's a high chance, a really, really high chance, that if you reach out to one of her friends or one of your mutual friends, they're going to relay it back to her or him that you've been inquiring about them, right? And you don't want that. It's best to just pretend like you don't even know that it happened, right? And there's a few things that are, either going to happen. Like, either you're just going to stay blocked and they're never going to unblock you, and that's great, because in a way that means you're free to, you can go and find someone else. There's obviously no hope, if they've blocked you forever, that they're going to come back or they're going to start reaching out to you again. So it's best anyway to try and move on anyway, because your ex is an ex for a reason. So you should always be, when you've broken up with someone, have a good time to like think about the relationship, heal about it, think, go through it in your head. Get over it, basically. Give yourself a few months to get over it, especially if it was a long-term relationship. And then once, after about 6 months or so, once you feel ready, start dating new people. That's what you should be doing anyway. And, because it might be the case that your ex is not going to come back. And if they're not going to come back, then you need to be focusing on the next steps of your life and stop living in the past. And once you've done that, then you're free to, find someone new. And the next thing that might happen is that they do unblock you, right? And if they unblock you, then that's a good sign. It's a sign that they have decided, they've got second thoughts about blocking you at least. It's the very least that it means. And then there's a chance there that they may reach out to you. But again, when they unblock you, if they unblock you, you don't want to do anything about that either. You have to wait for them basically to make all the moves. Because especially if it was your fault, no, sorry, especially if it was their fault that the breakup happened. Like if it was their fault, like if they dumped you, if they rejected you, they have to do all of the work, and that means they have to be the one that reaches out to you and starts messaging you and things like that. But when you get blocked on Instagram by an ex, it's best to do nothing. It's best to just leave it alone and just act like you didn't even notice. Just carry on with your life. And yeah, it can hurt, especially if you want them back, especially if you're still into them and you're hoping that you two are going to reconnect at some point, or you're hoping that was what was going to happen. But when that kind of thing happens, you have to let it go. You just have to let it go and just see it as, just one of those things that can happen, right? And you really do just have to let it go and start moving on with your life. And maybe take some time off social media, because you may, because you're aware that they blocked you, then perhaps you're spending a little bit too much time on social media, because maybe you've been going on their page a lot, and that's how you notice, basically. Just stop basically obsessing over what they're doing on social media. And I say obsessing very lightly there. I don't think that you're on it 24/7 or anything like that. But, just have some time off of it, because it's not real life. I mean, just because they blocked you on Instagram doesn't mean that they've, they're trying to cut you out completely of their life. Like, you don't know these things. It might be that they just want a break from you. Perhaps they just don't want to see your posts. There's a chance that they may, contact you at some point again. But just don't live in hope of that, because you don't know. You can't control what someone else is doing, ever, right? So you kind of just need to let it go. You can't control their actions. You can't make them unblock you. The only thing that you can do is do nothing at all. And, if they still love and care about you, they will come back into your life at some point. But if not, they will just fade away, and you are then free to find someone else. But just try and have some time off social media. Don't spend so much time on it. Try and spend more time on your hobbies, hanging out with your friends, working on things, that you're passionate about, going to work, going to school, whatever it may be. Just focus on that kind of thing for a while. Focus on your health, exercising, going to the gym, whatever it may be, eating healthy, eating right, that sort of thing. Focus on those things for a while. And, if they unblock you, they do. And if they don't, then you can just find someone else. And that's just it, really. But do keep in mind that your ex is an ex for a reason. Don't worry too much about why they've done this. And, because you don't know. Like, I can tell you, like, maybe a couple of reasons why they may have done it. But I'm not a mind reader. Like, I can't know 100%. So it's best not to try and read into it too much, or try to figure out why. Just accept that they've done it, and just try and move on from it, and start perhaps looking for someone else and getting on those dating apps or whatever it may be. Start playing the field a bit more again, and getting back into the dating game so you can find someone better, because that would be great, wouldn't it? Finding someone better than your ex is probably like the best situation that you could probably find yourself in. So thank you so much for watching. I hope it's made sense to you. If there's anything you'd like me to clarify, then please leave it down in the comments. Also, if you'd like me to discuss something in a future video, then please leave that down in the comments as well. And I'll try and make a video for you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.